Hey everybody!
Hey!
Welcome to #pastorbesties.
I'm Melissa.
And I am Nicole.
Yay! And guess what? We have such a great episode today. We're so excited.
We are, because we have viewers who are asking questions.
You can stop that. We have viewers.
Right?
We're famous!
No, we're not famous, but we do have viewers, which is so cool.
Which is so exciting. Who are asking questions,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
So we want to spend today's episode answering some of the questions we've had.
Yeah. All right. Question number one.
Question number one.
All right. So question number one is advice for people who are going into seminary. So
Such a good question.
It is a good question. So what advice do you have for people going into seminary?
Skim. Learn how to skim. Skim well. You cannot read it all. The assignment load is insane. You can't read it all. You have to learn how to skim.
Yes. Yes.
It's important.
It is important.
Really important.
Yes. I think that
Don't tell your professors that you skim, though. Whoopsies.
Whoopsies. I think that one of the things that is really the thing that helped me the most in seminary and in ministry is learning what my theological perspective and voice is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think in seminary, a lot of times you're going to be asked to give somebody else's opinion and somebody else's voice, and that's important to know what is out there. And there's some great theologians that you're going to read, but also to figure out what is your voice, because you have to know who you are and what you believe.
And it's okay to not agree with everybody and to figure out your own stuff.
Yes.
You have to do that.
Yes.
Take the time.
Yes, take the time.
Another thing I would say is get involved in the community, because you are never going to have that amazing opportunity again. And so much of what you're going to learn in seminary is going to be from other people in community life, not necessarily in the classroom. So take the opportunity.
Yes.
Plus, those people are going to stick with you throughout your ministry because of social media now. I'm in contact with so many people from seminary, and we just do life together.
Yeah, make friends. Don't be by yourself. I remember when I was in seminary, a colleague of mine would always get so frustrated at how much we talked about self-care and Sabbath. But it is so important, and start practicing self-care and Sabbath while you're in seminary. Don't wait. Do it. Figure out what your rhythms are and what your routines are. They may have to change depending on where your ministry setting is, but you need to start doing that now, because if you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't.
And it's an easier time, I found. It's an easier time to start practicing that in seminary and then to carry that over into ministry.
Yeah, so practice your self-care, learn how to skim, make friends, and
do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do it.
Do it. You got it.
You totally got it.
Yeah.
All right, question number 2. What are some theologically unsound gifts that you have been gifted?
Okay, so we talked about this question a lot, and
we
couldn't come up with anything that we'd received. We know they exist. We know they're out there. We just couldn't think of anything that we had received. So share yours.
Put it in the comments, because we do. To know.
Or like tweet it with #pastorbesties, because we know Christian bookstores, we have made it clear that we are not their biggest fans.
Not the biggest of fans.
So Christian bookstores sometimes have things that are theologically unsound or inappropriate.
That's like the understatement of the century.
I know. But
maybe not.
Like, don't give your female pastor a card that says you are a great man of God.
We don't want that.
No.
Because we're not men of God.
No. So don't do that. So, I mean, those are theologically unsound. And, everybody has differing theologies, whatevs. But we talked not about the theologically unsound gifts that we've received, but the best gifts that we've received.
Ooh, we've gotten some good ones. Lots of things that encourage self-care, a night out to dinner with your family or whatever. But what are some good ones that you've gotten?
Okay, so this past year has been a really difficult year for me and for our community. We've had a lot of death, a lot of trauma. And in one particular funeral that I did was for a 12-year-old boy who died by suicide. A really tough time in our community for this family. It was just a tough time. And somebody, I have no idea who, left on my car a cupcake, lip gloss, and a card that just thanked me for the ministry that I was doing.
That is like you in gift form.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And I have no idea who sent it or who dropped it off. I don't know any of that. And I wish that I knew to say thank you, but like that, it's a gift that was incredibly thoughtful, but not too, it didn't take too much thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So those kinds of gifts are just precious.
I had a man that I buried his wife a few months ago, and a couple of weeks ago he came into my office, and she had sold Leah Sophia jewelry, and he brought me one of her pieces of jewelry.
Oh.
And he just said, you know, I so appreciated what you did for my family, and I just want you to have this to remember Nancy. And I was so touched by that, and I will treasure it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, so those are gifts that are like, those are good gifts.
Good gifts are good.
They are, and they're encouraging, and you know, so yeah. But not just as pastor, like you've gotten gifts. I want Nicole to tell this story so much because I think it's amazing. It's about the craziest gift that you've received. So Nicole, what is it?
So the first gift I ever got from Steve's mom, we had been dating like maybe 6 months, and I got a large, like this big, porcelain goose. And the neck kind of bent back to its back to create like a handle, which meant the opening was in its butt.
Goose booty.
So I haven't really figured out what it is. Like, is it a pitcher? Is it a vase? Because the flowers would be sticking out like this. I'm not really sure, but I don't think anybody wants to drink tea that comes out of a goose butt.
Goose butt tea. Nope.
So I can't get rid of it, though. It's so funny.
It's amazing.
It would be a great white elephant
would.
gift, but I
It would.
cannot.
You can't part with something
Nope.
like that. No.
Nope.
It has to be the right thing, and it's not going to happen.
I'll gift it
Keep
in my will to my daughter.
I wanted it, but your daughter, she can have it.
Wow. That was a little spiteful. All right. Okay, next question. What do we got, Melissa?
Okay, so the next question was, I think it was just a one-word question. Jeggings. Jeggings, yes or no?
Okay. Yes, jeggings exist. No, they are not pants.
Don't wear leggings as pants.
No, leggings are not pants.
They're not.
World, let's think of leggings as tights. Don't wear a long shirt over them, but you can wear a skirt or a dress.
Yes.
Don't wear them with hoodies.
Right.
No,
No. Leggings are not pants.
leggings are not pants.
Right. But the question wasn't about leggings. It was about jeggings. And I think jeggings are those jeans that look like leggings. So they're like the jeans, they're like the pants that look like jeans, but they're like cotton. Like.
No, you are thinking of pajama jeans.
I am. Oh, pajama jeans. Pajama jeans, yes. Wear them.
No. Also, don't wear pajama jeans.
Why not?
You can wear them in your house. That's all I will allow.
They are the comfort of pajamas and the look of jeans.
Wear sweatpants then.
I am not wearing jeans right now. I put on my pajamas.
I am wearing jeans because I'm appropriate when filming #pastorbesties.
Nobody can see my pants.
Yeah, but now they know what you're wearing. They know.
Well, whatevs. It's not leggings. Or pajama
Thank
jeans.
goodness
I
for
want
that.
pajama jeans.
Somebody get Melissa a pair of pajama jeans.
Well, maybe pajama jeans will sponsor this episode of #pastorbesties. This is like free advertising for them.
I don't really know if they want our advertising. Moving on. What is the craziest request that you have ever had as a pastor?
To wear pajama jeans. No, I think I have been asked to do exorcisms before.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
Not just of people, but of a house. or houses. I shouldn't say just one. Like, this has been a multiple times request.
I just prayed for the person. I decided not to slap them in the forehead.
That's a better life choice. That's a better life choice.
I thought it was wise.
Yeah, I know other colleagues of mine have gotten these requests to do house exorcisms as well. So I know that, like, it's a thing. So, yeah.
I've also been asked to dispose of a bag of pot by a parishioner. So that was kind of a weird request.
Did they ask you to smoke it?
No, nope. I was in charge of getting rid of it.
Better life choices.
And I smelled like a skunk.
Not better life choices.
Not better life choices.
Yep, that would be a pretty crazy request. I think I've been I've got requests to like spiritualize things that are not necessarily spiritual.
Ooh, yeah.
Like to give a blessing over an American flag, or blessing of dishes, or those kinds of things. Like spiritualizing the things that are not spiritual, which I don't think is a problem.
No,
I think that's important, and I think
you should always, if you want to invite God into a moment, there's never anything wrong
Absolutely.
with that. Always invite God
right.
in.
And I think everything is spiritual anyway. So
Absolutely.
so I don't think that's a big deal, but I know people who do.
Sure.
And are like, no, won't do that.
You just got to do your own conviction.
Yeah. And some of these things, like what the craziest thing is like contextual, because
Right.
I am in a smaller community with a lot of farms. So I don't think that it's that crazy to be asked to bless a cow. That's not crazy.
No.
But if I lived in Chicago or in a big city and somebody was like, can you come and bless my cow? I'd be like, why do you have a cow in your apartment?
That also means that while at camp, we can ask Melissa to bless a raccoon.
No,
And they little prance around.
they don't get blessed.
Melissa loves raccoons. Don't let her fool you.
I'll let you bless the raccoons. I'll bless the tables. Yeah, I couldn't come up with anything. That was a bad one.
You could have gone with like the kids at camp.
That would have been so
But you
much
chose
better.
tables.
I chose the tables. Whoopsies. So crazy. Sometimes you get asked to do things that are crazy in ministry.
You do.
And maybe probably, again, being contextual, like it depends on the community, but then it's also the question of like, what's an emergency and what's not an
Yes.
emergency.
Yes.
Like an emergency is getting a call from someone saying a teenager is in the hospital at
Yes.
midnight. Like that's an emergency.
And you go.
And you go. Not an emergency is someone who calls like at midnight and is like, hey, I want to talk about hymns.
Not that that's ever happened, right?
No. No. No.
That's a crazy thing to
I
have
know.
happened. People get anxious about things.
Yeah, they do. They do. But it's not an emergency. Like that can be
No.
handled at noon. That
In the
happens.
daylight hours.
In the daylight.
In
Yeah.
the daylight hours.
So what's an emergency? What's not an emergency? So sometimes those
Absolutely.
can be crazy requests, but it's just about that. Okay, so last question.
Last question.
And we're going to name who this question is from.
It's from a friend of the show,
Yeah, loves the show so much.
Ethan Carnes.
Ethan Carnes hates me.
No, he doesn't. Ethan Carnes loves you.
I'm pretty sure Ethan Carnes hates me.
He does not. He does not. You know what he does hate, though?
Yes.
Selfies.
I hear about it.
Ethan Carnes believes that selfies are vanity.
My selfie folder in my phone would say otherwise.
We disagree wholeheartedly, Ethan Carnes. And you know why? Because selfies are fun.
It's an art form,
It's
too.
an art form, and it's a way to document your life and your day. And nothing is more fun than taking a selfie with, like, your kid, or you take them with the nugget, your nephew, and it's just so sweet.
Yeah, selfies are a good thing.
They are.
Yeah.
So let's just take one right now.
Yeah, of course.
Don't worry, Ethan. We're going to send it to you because we know that you love selfies so much. So it'll be coming your way.
You know what? We got really sassy at the end there.
We did. You know what, though? Our whole show is kind of like a selfie.
That's magical.
It is magical.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this was a fun episode.
It was. You know what I love? Because it's things that people really want to talk about.
Right.
Like they really want to know. So don't end the conversation. Like keep the conversation going. If you have questions of things that you'd like us to discuss, because we didn't get to all of them.
No. And watch more episodes because some of your questions will be coming up in those.
Yes. And you know a way to make sure that you know when a new episode of #PastorBesties comes out is?
Well, how, Melissa?
You can hit subscribe
Oh
below.
my gosh.
And then-
that's just magic.
Yes, the YouTubes will tell you when we've posted a new episode.
Thanks, YouTubes.
Thank you. So, shameless self-promotion.
Oh my gosh, guys, we had so much fun.
Thank you so much for watching. And as you continue about your day and your activities, may you keep asking questions about life and faith and keep trying to make sense of the world and the life that we live.
See you guys next time.
See you later.
Bye.